Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin hasn't moved much since yesterday, but it could be an interesting week because the Fed interest rate decision is coming up. So we start the video by taking a look at the Fed Watch tool by the CME, which is always very accurate. It shows us in 2 days we've got the next interest rate decision. Current rate is between 525 to 550. Basis points, and a proposed reduction would take it to 500 to 525. However, most market participants believe, as this shows, that this is not going to happen this week. So despite the Bank of Canada, Canadian Central Bank, they reduced, obviously, the interest rate, I think it was 25 basis points last week, and the European Central Bank as well. The Fed is probably not going to do it this week, but we'll see. We're open for surprises. It might not be before the next one that the Fed actually is going to act. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you think the Fed is going to reduce interest rates this week or not, just be aware that therefore on Wednesday there could be a bit of volatility in case something unexpected happens. Maybe we are not going to see any significant movements before Wednesday. Okay, so let's get back to the daily chart. Here you can see this is the overall structure from a wave 4 low on the 1st of May. We're now tracking that fifth wave to the upside. Someone asked me why the third wave has an ABC structure. I explained already in the last video. We'll do it again. It's just because this fifth wave is an ending diagonal. So the wave 1 is a 3-wave move. I just haven't labeled it separately because on the daily chart you don't see it. The wave 2 is the 3-wave. The third wave is an A, B, C. Then the fourth wave and the fifth wave would also be an ABC. Okay, so that is what an ending diagonal is doing. You might call it an impulse, okay, with a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and maybe just one more wave 5, I don't know. But then we will have problems to get to the 85 to 86K area, which is the next larger degree Fib level or area. So this makes sense to me. It also sends the price up there. I mean, it's not that this has to play out. Okay, this is morphed into a diagonal pattern, and diagonal patterns, they are very much prone to changes. Could easily break. So therefore, if this structure breaks, and if we break below support, which would be here, and I have shown it on the 1-hour chart, then it shouldn't be a surprise because this is just what happens with diagonal patterns. We cannot trust them because so far, the market has only formed a 3-wave move to the upside here into the recent highs where the price got rejected from the breakout point here, this red line at around 71,800. So that means I'm watching primarily for maybe a little bit lower in this B wave and then another rally in wave C that should send us to around about 76K, maybe even a little higher. Then I'm going to watch for a fourth wave and a fifth wave. So we've got 5 waves up, and then what we could also do, maybe even add a trend channel, but we don't have enough waves really for that. Doesn't really look as if we have enough information to put a trend channel on here. But yeah, that's basically what I'm watching, a diagonal pattern to the upside, which should hold a certain support area in wave B. And there is some structural support, don't forget about that one at around 67.5K. So where all these previous swing lows, where they broke briefly below it, but on the daily chart you can see that there was no sustained break. So let's go to the smaller time frame chart. Before I forget, let me remind you that as every Monday, we ask you on X which coins you want me to analyze this week. That's not for YouTube, that's here on X. So on Saturday, probably, I'm going to publish one video specifically for our X community with the coins that you, well, not all of them, but yeah, we're going to pick some. The ones that have been mentioned most frequently, your favorites, and you can vote for these, okay, probably on Wednesday or Thursday, and then there'll be a video, gives you the chance to request coins that I would normally not cover. So make sure that you participate if you're interested, and also you can follow us here on X for additional content. So let's go to the 1-hour chart. This is pretty boring. It hasn't really moved much since the weekend. And you can see that the idea is still that a third wave topped on the 13th of March. This is what I showed you just on the daily chart here. The third wave topped and the fourth wave bottomed. On this 1-hour chart, I'm also showing the short-term bearish alternative in which the price has a chance to move back into the lower support area, which is the main support area, which hasn't moved in a couple of months. Yeah, which hasn't moved in a couple of months. So we've got here this main support zone, and this main support zone is pretty much, yeah, completely unchanged. And it would still protect the price and support the price if we get a break below the upper support or upper micro support area. So we cannot rule that out, okay? Especially because the rally was only in 3 waves. And yeah, you can call it in 5, but then it's an A, a B, and a C wave in 5 waves. And we could easily come down again. I will not be able to confirm that until we break below support. And that support level is 62,540, even though already below 64,340, which is here where I placed the text, ideally holds here. Things will get a little bit more bearish short term. Okay, but that is still part of an overall bullish scenario. It's just that within a 4th wave, we know that Elliott Wave basically tells us it's a 4th wave, so be on the side of caution. And we've been in this 4th wave now for a long time. Really nothing changed in that period because it's a large range. So basically what you need to think about it that way. We have moved from a range support area to a range resistance area. So if you're trading the range, the idea was to buy here and to sell some of it possibly here. And now as we're going lower, you could add again, you know, that's just range trading. Of course, it could break out directly, which is why I would never sell everything. It's all about what is your own strategy and edge in this market. I can only tell you that, yeah, at some point it's going to be time to break out. I'm tracking that as per the white count. But the structure that has developed from the 1st of May low tells us that we could easily still test the lower support area again, and would be another opportunity to accumulate. But until then, you know, until we break the upper micro support area, I'm watching for the price to find support there. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. Here you can see the detailed count in which we're now in a B wave pullback that I showed you on the daily chart already. This is the B wave pullback within a 3rd wave, within an even larger 5th wave, which would eventually take us to 85K. But in the short term, I cannot confirm a low in place. We're just moving in a sideways consolidation phase, which could take a little longer. But ideally today, we're going to move out of it when the stock market opens maybe. So parameters for today. Pay attention to the nearest resistance level at 70,171. If we break above it, and I always try to give you the levels in case we break above initial resistance, will likely lead to a test of the area around 71,800, last week's high. And one more low should send us down next to 67,200 and possibly even 66,350. That's the 100% extension of the A wave to the downside, which bottomed on the 23rd of May, and a key target for a C wave of B. So this is sort of the range we're dealing with at the moment. Pretty much an upside breakout of the range would mean initial indication would be a break above 70,171, but better would be a break above the 71,800, 71,900 area. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.